I don't believe it, my fellow flames. Wuthering Waves is exactly like Genshin Impact, except it has no heart. I know. Who would have thought? I should have believed everyone from the start. I should have believed all of the toxic fans saying that Wuthering Waves is doggy doo-doo, garbage, disgusting. I should have believed everyone that told me to stay away from Wuthering Waves. I should have believed everyone that told me, don't become a Kurobot. Don't become a fan of that game. Ugh! It has terrible world building. It has terrible character development, terrible story. Why do you think they had to rewrite it in the beta? The villains aren't even compelling. The main character is just disgraceful. The voice acting is bad, even though they have award-winning actors that won Best Voice Actor of the Year. It just simply is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the worst gacha games I think I've ever seen and played. I should just go and play Genshin Impact, guys. I should play HSR. I should play Morrimans. I should play PGR. I should play every single other gacha game, except this one, is what basically people are complaining about. Because this person here has done a very interesting video saying that Wuthering Waves has no heart. Now, I've seen this video and we're going to react to it together. One of two things is happening in this video. Either this person here, this content creator, is being very satire and sarcastic, which I think is to be the case. Now, there's probably truth in what she's saying. She's probably believing, and she's probably speaking her truth, some of her truths in what she's saying here. Of course, there's got to be some sort of truth in here. But I think for the 80 to 90% part of this video, it's all just satire comedy. I don't think she is being 100% serious. And also at the same time, on the off chance that she is being serious about this and she's just glossing it over a comedic effect, then that makes it even more funny. 800,000 views. I've seen this get quote retweeted everywhere. We're going to read some of the quote retweets because I found them superb. But we're going to react to the video. I actually found this quite funny. I'm not going to lie to you, I actually found this quite funny, but we're going to react to it together regardless. Okay, without further ado, let's get into this.
Genshin Impact players bragging when they stop playing the game. I just hate the gacha system, and I don't want to play the same thing over and over again. I now play Wuthering Waves. No one even plays Genshin Impact.
Frame one straight in there. Frame one straight in there. Let's let it play.
Anymore. Not one person on the entire planet. I would literally be the only one playing. Wuthering Waves is better. It's like Genshin Impact, but with no heart.
And there it is. That's the line. That's the line that people are quoting when they're retweeting this video. That's the line. That's the golden line, the golden printed line. Wuthering Waves is like Genshin Impact, but with no heart. Brilliant. I think that's an Oscar-worthy line. Perfect performance. Amazing. Give this woman a BAFTA. Amazing writing.
It gave me 6 more wishes than Genshin Impact did.
Yes, 6 more wishes. Sorry, not wishes. Convenes. They're called convenes in this game, guys. Okay, they're not called wishes. Okay, they're not wishes. They're convenes. Okay.
When they first released. There's such a vast array of games that I want to get into, and I want to be more mature with my gaming. Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I just played through the Dark Souls series,
nice.
the Resident Evil franchise.
Very good.
I've been playing Marvel Rivals. Wuthering
Waves. I can see why people are getting a little bit mad. But still. Let's continue here.
I just didn't like when I hit a paywall at day 3 of release. I am still commenting that I don't play Genshin Impact anymore, even though I only played for 3 days 6 years ago. I stopped when I couldn't figure out how to level up Amber's weapon. I just don't like spending money. The game is free. Well, I have a crippling gambling addiction, so
I mean, right here.
well, I have a crippling gambling addiction.
This thing.
Amber's weapon. I just don't like spending money. The game.
Like it says sane free-to-play Genshin player. And here's the thing. It's not even just a sane free-to-play Genshin player. It's just free-to-play everyone that plays these games. These are free games we're playing, by the way. We're choosing to put money on the game. I, used to be a free-to-play plus player. Now, those who don't know, it's basically a player that only pays for the logging pass and battle pass. That's it. And now I occasionally put money in the game for the characters I want, but I don't go crazy. Like, I don't spend hundreds upon hundreds of pounds. I've done that once, and that was to S6 Zani, and that was for a video just to prove a point. But yeah, sane F2P Genshin player, it should be sane F2P Gacha player. Like, it is like a variety of players that are in all kinds of gacha games that are sane. They don't spend too much money on these games.
It's free. Well, I have a crippling gambling addiction, so watch your trigger words.
Okay. How many times is she gonna say Wuthering Waves and edit it differently? It's definitely satire. It's sarcastic, dry satire humor. I can see it. I can also see why people don't find this funny.
I just couldn't handle it taking up so much storage on my mom's phone.
Except for that. I did find that line funny the first time I watched it. It's the first line and this line. I laughed and chuckled at those two lines. Like this line here.
Genshin Impact players bragging when they stop playing the game. I just hate the gacha system, and I don't want to play the same thing over and over again. I now play Wuthering Waves.
That made me chuckle because of the irony. Because of the sweet irony of people that I also know that complained about a gacha game, left Genshin Impact, and then played another gacha game. I do understand that. That was quite an ironic thing.
Phone. Yes, I am a child commenting on your posts. What's a PC? Wuwa. I just gave up. It was just...
Okay. I can see where she's going with this. I can see where this person's going with this.
Too much to do. Well, it looks like here in your map, you've never made it out of Mondstadt. Genshin's a really easy, casual game you can clear pretty quickly.
It is.
You can get all the primo gems you need to get any characters you want.
You can.
It's just too much. I've never completed anything in my life. But
I feel personally called out about that because of my ADHD. Whenever I buy a brand new goddamn game, whenever I buy a brand new game that I love, my ADHD after a couple of weeks goes, oh, a brand new shiny game that's just released, even though I haven't completed the previous shiny game I simply just bought. So I feel called out there. But it's valid.
Wuthering Waves is so much better, right, guys? I just love playing Wuthering Waves. It's just so much cooler. I play the newer Chinese gacha slop game.
Ah, yeah. Ooh. Ah, eesh. Ah. That's gonna sting a few people. That's gonna hit home for a few people. Now, let me tell you something right now, okay? Let me tell you something. I can understand how people have got a bit mad at this person for this video. I actually found it quite funny. I felt that there was a lot of satire points, basically, to be made in this video. I don't think she was being too serious. I think there's truth to what she's saying, because of course there was. People, this whole tribalism thing that's been going on since the dawn of gacha gaming, except for like Dragon Ball Legends, Dokkan Battle, basically the big IP versions, the big IP gachas of their retrospected IPs like Dragon Ball, Seven Deadly Sins, Bleach, though they're fine. Like there's no tribalism over there. Like there's none. Like they're Dragon Ball fans, Bleach fans, they're Shonen fans, right? Even, you know, like, so you're very rare. There's drama, but usually the drama is because there's PvP in the game and people just attack everyone, saying it's a skill issue, you're trash at the game, get good, all of that jazz. But when it comes down to these open world gachas like Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, and they even throw sandboxes and other sort of arena fighters in there like ZZZ or turn-based like HSR. Silver Palace is coming out now. That's very soon, so I'm sure there's going to be people bombing on that. I think that game's going to be amazing. That's a topic for a different video. But there's so many games that have released over the past 6 years that have had so much tribalism. There's wars. It's called the Gacha Wars, right? There's been so many Gacha Wars, okay? I think we're in like Gacha Wars episode 7 or part 7, okay? You know, it's going to be forever going. Like, you can never win. The gacha wars will continue to rage on. But one thing that you need to understand is that these are all gacha games. These are meant to be played casually to an extent. I play Wuthering Waves, summon for the new character, level up and play the new character in TOA, maybe Depths of Elusive Realms, since that's back, looks like it's going to be updated every patch, which is great. Play the character if I can in Depths, do a little bit of exploration of the new map, a couple of hours, it doesn't take long, and then you play obviously the new story, which is really, really good, by the way. The story of Wuwa is really, really good. But after that, you do the events, which, by the way, are time-gated for the most part, because you have to wait a week for the next event, and the next event, and the next event, because that's how it prolongs the patch. That's the formula. That every gacha game does it. I play Dragon Ball Legends. I have a second channel about Dragon Ball Legends. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. There's events every week to prolong the patch. Granted, Dragon Ball Legends, Dokkan Battle, and Bleach have a different release pattern cycle. They just release characters whenever they want. Like, there's no 6 weeks patch. They just drop characters, and you don't even know who the character's going to be. Don't drip market it. They just drop the character, and then 2 or 3 days later, the character's in the game. Okay, it's very, very different. But in terms of like the Hoyoverse versus the Kuro Games stuff, like, they're all quite retrospectively similar. It's just the fact that, you know, there's similar, but there's also slight differences. Like, the combat in Wu was very different to the Genshin, but the formula is still the same. You explore an open world, you do the story, you summon for the new patch, you level up, you summon for the new character in the patch, you level up that character, you then explore the new map, play the new story, summon for the new character, level up that character, explore and open chests. You know, it's rinse and repeat. It's following the same formula. ZZZ is a bit different. ZZZ is like an arena fighter. I am thinking about going back and trying ZZZ since I haven't played since launch. But that's more of like an arena fighter with like a open world, like hub world, like an open hub world. HSR, it's like a sandbox where you can explore the open maps, but then when you go into combat, it's like a turn-based stage. Like, there's loads. I can go on. I digress. But the point that I think she's trying to make is that Genshin and Wuwa, even though they have their obvious differences in tone, in combat, in aspects, there's also a lot of similarities. It comes from the same formula. It comes from the same core. And I think she's playing on that aspect. However, it does look like she's shitting on Wuwa a little bit. Just saying. It's like saying you're complaining about Genshin Impact, but then you go play Wuwa. Or you play Wuwa and complain about Wuwa, but then you go and play Genshin Impact. I think the point she's trying to make is you're complaining about one game when the game you are now playing, even though it has its differences, isn't too different from the game you were playing previously. And that's just like any other genre of game. It's like a fighting game, it's like an open world RPG, it's like a turn-based game. There's loads. It happens in every single genre of game. But for some reason in the gacha space, it just gets a bit more volatile when you critique whether it's Genshin, HSR, Wuwa. And I don't think, I'm saying this now, I don't think any of these games are really, really bad. I think Genshin at its core is a beautifully made game. I think Hoyoverse did something exceptional when creating and releasing Genshin Impact. I think when they conceived the idea of Genshin Impact and built the game and released the game, it was revolutionary. Without Genshin Impact, we wouldn't have half of the games we've got now in the gacha space. It's a fact. We probably wouldn't have NTE. We probably wouldn't have games like Silver Palace coming out, because at the end of the day, Genshin is the game that really started this big open world gacha spree. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether you want to say, but the game was in development before Genshin came out, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Developers know other developers. Companies know what other companies are getting up to. There's ins and outs. There's secrets. There's lots of really interesting intricacies of what goes on behind closed doors of these companies. Information does get shared, basically. But here's the thing, like, when you watch what she's doing here, she is, one, being very satire in some of her points. Two, there is some truth of what she's saying. Three, unfortunately, Wuthering Waves seems to be the main target of the point she's trying to make. Now, the one thing you don't do, unfortunately, is come at a gacha game community. Trust me, if you criticize a gacha game and you're in the minority of your when you give your opinion, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get the axe. I've done it in my reviews of the story. I know that. Captain Cabinet's another one. Tectone, another huge one. Sentontas is another one. Ryuku Sensei is another one. We've all had it. Okay, all the gacha content creators at some point in their lives, in their careers, have had it. But now let's look at some of the view quotes, because I've been rambling for quite some time. So, Genshin with no... wuwa is like Genshin, but with no heart. I saw a lot of wuwa slander and endings, but by far, this is the worst one. You know Genshin is dry by the fact that most watched content creators are talking about wuwa. Now, I don't know if she's a Genshin content creator. Quite frankly, I don't care. I was waiting for the part where she's funny, and then the video replayed. This is quite, that comment was quite funny. wuwa is in fact Genshin with no soul. That game has failed to accurately make their characters, world, and story likable. Characters feel like soulless slop that are discarded the patch after their banner ends, so they can sell the new shiny character. Now, this has been a talking point before in wuwa, where it's like the new shiny character is meant to be the vocal point of the story, and in the next story, the character's gone. They kind of stopped doing that in Renacita. Renacita did something differently. Carlotta actually showed up throughout the story. Cantarella showed up throughout the story. Lupus, you know, Augusta, you know. So I think this is a bit harsh. People using this post to call wuwa soulless, while this humor is even more soulless than anything. It is like, it's very dry humor. And here's the thing. Dry humor is very difficult to understand. And it's fine, because there's people that I know that have given me dry humor, and I'm like, I don't find that funny, but that's their humor. It's very dry. When they say certain things where it's sarcastic, dry, satire comedy, there's a big group of people that will not find that funny. And that's okay. But there's also a group of people that will find that funny. And that's also okay. At the end of the day, Wuthering Waves, in my opinion, is a very good game. Now, has it lost me in the Lahai Roy arc? Yes, I'm not enjoying Lahai Roy. I think Lahai Roy by far was the weakest arc of the game. It was an okay arc with very good moments. Like the big mech fight at the end of the arc, amazing. The 3.1's I'm the story, very, very good. Like Hiyuki was a very good vocal part of the story, but again, overall, as a collective story, I didn't really get too attached to it compared to Renacita. Hell, even stories like 1.1 and at Mount Firmament, that was technically like an enclosed arc. I loved that story. 1.3 had its controversy. I loved that story. Like 1.2, not everyone got to play it, about Zhang Liao. It was the festival patch, but Zhang Liao story, very, very good. But yeah, the majority of Renacita, very, very, very good. Lahai Roy didn't catch me. But at the end of the day, these are the facts. We are playing a gacha game. It's a free-to-play game. It's optional to put money in the game. It's optional if you want to grind in the game, but enjoy it for what it is. Genshin Impact, the first open-world gacha game. The first true open-world gacha game. Give its respect where it's due. The game's fine. The game's good. I went back not too long ago, a couple of months ago, played Genshin. I actually had a good time because I kind of switched off my brain, didn't go over what people were saying about it, played it from a brand new perspective from launch to now, and I had a good time. And I'm thinking about doing a part 2. Fun fact, I actually did record a part 2 to that part 1 video. The file got corrupted and I got really angry because I spent a lot of time editing it. The whole edit got corrupted and I couldn't be bothered to edit another one. But yeah, like wuwa is a soulless game with no heart. My game has more players and views. Our game is better because we are higher in revenue. How dare you compare the quality of the game? We only compare revenue and views. Like this is gonna be an endless thing. Yeah, like she had to know what she was doing. Genuinely, this person, I don't know who this person is. If someone can tell me who this is, then that'd be great. Like, this person must have knew what they were getting in for. Like what they were getting into, like when they made this video. Genuinely, like, you must be living under a rock if you do not know that if you critique these games, the communities will not be happy with you. It's a fact. Other than that, like, it's just satire comedy. It's just satire comedy, and if she's a content creator that has a pretty large following, it means that this comedy was catered to those people. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. I know there's a lot of my friends that also commented on what she said. Here we go. My good friend Cap. The universe will heal once people just stop taking things like this seriously. It's not meant to be deep. She's clearly mocking a certain group of people. I want to see this for every gacha community because people like this exist in all of them. Now, I don't want people to get absolutely bombarded with hate. I don't. I really, really don't. And I hope this person is okay. I hope this person doesn't take the critique to heart because it will blow over in like a week. It'll blow over. But at the same time, Cap is also right to an extent. More people need to accept that there's always going to be people to criticize the game because the game needs criticism to grow and evolve. Without criticism, there will be no improvement in these games. But there's people also just some people agree, some people disagree. But I just wanted to, talk about it, make a video on it. It's a nice little talking point. I've rambled on for 20 minutes, but hopefully you guys enjoyed what I had to say. I love Wuthering Waves. I like Genshin Impact. I think HSR is a pretty solid, well-built game. These games at their core have a good idea. A lot of the times, they execute the game pretty well. Sometimes, they execute it poorly. But at the end of the day, at the bottom line is this. These are free-to-play games we are choosing to play and put our money on. I'm currently taking a break from gacha games, which is why I haven't been uploading as much. I've had to take a break due to mental health issues, but I've been playing AAA games like The Witcher 3. I replayed Dragon Ball Z Kakarot recently. I've been playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 because Xenoverse 3 got announced. I've been playing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink because the expansion's about to come out, if it isn't out already. And those are games that I spent like 40, 50 pounds on. Those are games that I did one big purchase and I'm enjoying the game. These games are free. We can choose to play these games whenever we want. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. And if they are, it's not going to be for a while. But it is what it is. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I'll speak to you all in the next video. Take it easy and have a good rest of your day.